Welcome to the Liberty Show. I'm Manuel Carlos with Anti-Oligarchy. And Auntie, why don't you tell everybody about our guest tonight?
All right. Our guest tonight is Lily Tang Williams, who is running for U.S. Senate in Colorado. Lily grew up in China under Mao's regime, enduring poor living conditions, food rationing, communist indoctrination, political and social chaos. Lily received her university law degree in Shanghai and was a faculty member of the law school for 3 years. She came to the U.S. in 1988 to earn a master's degree at the University of Texas at Austin School of Social Work. Lily worked for corporations in Hong Kong and in the U.S. as a corporate executive. She then became a Colorado small businesswoman and entrepreneur in 2000. Lily is a grassroots activist and professional speaker. She has been outspoken promoting civil liberties, economic freedom, less intrusive government, and other policies that maximize personal freedom. She is an inspirational speaker to many people, and including myself, which is actually how this interview came to be. I saw some of your speaking on YouTube, some prior interviews, and I have to say I was extremely fascinated because I also see a lot of the things that you were talking about come to pass, sadly, are starting to form in this country. And, you know, growing up, I have no idea what it would be like growing up in China. And I suppose that's the best place to start. If you could share your background in that area a little bit.
Well, I was born in Chengdu, Sichuan province, which is a famous province for people being the first one to rebel and last one to submit. And Sichuan people are pretty hard, spirited, I would say. And but I was not born in the right time. I mean, there was 2 years before Mao's Great Cultural Revolution. So I was from 2 years old to 12 years old, and that's the 10 years Cultural Revolution. I remember that we started, our schools, and the first day you went to school, and you had to, chant "Long live Chiang Mao," "Long live the Communist Party." I love Chiang Mao. You had to do all that political and rituals, and then we will sing a revolutionary song. And then we start our study, but we got used to it. It was like 10 years like that. It's a long time. And we did not know anything better. When you did not know anything better, you thought that was just the way of life. And we were indoctrinated to be true believers of Chairman Mao and communism. And we believed all the enemies should be eliminated. And we got to report on our neighbors and our families and incorrect political speeches and behaviors. We wrote diaries every night to turn over to teacher to review in the school. You're supposed to confess in your diary about your incorrect thoughts. You said, "I'm sorry, Chairman Mao, today I thought about this and it was not politically correct, and you said this," and so that's how bad we endured that. But we did not know anything better, and we just thought that was just a part of our world. We were told 2/3 of the population in the world were starving, even though we were starving ourselves. As I mentioned, we had the food ration coupons. As a family of 5, the government only allowed us a food stamp of like 2 kilograms of pork per month. Oh. And I know you can eat that one meal today. Yeah. I love steak. That hunger, poverty really strip humanity out of you. I remember we were trapping rats to eat to supplement the protein. We could not have enough. Pretty soon, the rats run out because everybody was trying to catch them. That's why I feel so much pain from the people in Venezuela today. Oh, yeah. They were eating cats. They run out of cats. Oh. And we also raised the baby rabbits for meat. as a child, you become kind of attached, to the animal you try to raise for meat, even though we knew the rabbit's fate is to feed us someday. But still, as a child, I remember whenever we killed my rabbits, I had to cry, but I ate the meat anyway because we're starving. What else, could you eat to make your tummy happy and not
Yeah.
growling the whole time?
Right.
That's what I tell people. That's what socialism, communism is for you. You don't have a free market. You don't have a free enterprise. And the government control economy. And here you are. You have one brand, one kind of brand for detergent, one kind of brand for toilet paper, and I never saw actually makeup selling in the stores, and we had to get a coupon to buy a bag of potatoes, buy wheat flours. I had to get up like very early in the morning in the winter mornings to get in long line to get a bag of potatoes, a coupon. Otherwise, they were sold out. Then you weren't having food to eat, and we were so cold. We grew up in a place no heating, no condition, air conditioning, no appliances. So we had to just get up and jump up and down to keep us warm in order to get in line on time to get some potatoes. And I'm the oldest child out of three, so that was my job to get up in the morning to go get those rationed food. And when the money ran out, we couldn't even afford vegetables. We would go to field to get some vegetations like weeds and come home to boil them, put some salt, hot pepper sauce on, put on rice. Otherwise, you would just have plain rice to eat. It's just really hard to swallow. And when rice run out, then you start to eat porridge. That means you cook a little bit rice in lots of water, then you drink that porridge, and you become hungry quickly. After 10 minutes? Yeah, it just did not make your tummy happy at all. Yeah, yeah. So that's the kind of a background I had, and I mean, of course, I did not know our life was so bad because we were brainwashed to be thankful. We have to say thanks every day. We really thought you guys were suffering in other countries, and that's how we were taught. So my whole life was lie. But of course, I did not know that probably until I wake up in this country.
So you thought that you were told that we had it worse here.
Yes, you were worse off, guys.
Oh, wow.
Well, unfortunately, I think they're trying to make it that way for us now.
Well, that's why my message is so powerful. I try to go to talk to Democrats, especially Bernie supporters who are young people who think that free stuff is wonderful and socialism is good and it all sounds good. That's what our government that sounds everything they told us sounds good too, for public goods, for society security, and government have your best interest in heart, and they will take care of you. We got the free housing, but the housing I told you is 8 families live in one courtyard and share one bathroom. 8 families share one bathroom. Think about that. One for males, one for females. It was big hole on the ground. And when light bulb get busted, then nobody even dare or even cares to put a new light bulb in because there was no private property ownership. It was community housing. So that was my nightmare, to go to bathroom at night as a child. I try not to drink water, try not to go to bathroom at night. It was very scary. It was pitch black. We were too poor to have a flashlight too. I was afraid I might just fall backwards into that big hole. And all that human waste behind me. And that was like my nightmare for so many years. Even though after I came to this country, I still dream about that bathroom with the stinky smell and bugs crawling around. You were afraid in the summer, bugs, you were stand up on some and they will pop and make this awful noise. And just gave me goosebumps if I even think about it.
Now that's all you knew, and so you just thought that was normal and that's how things should be. When did you wake up to things could be different? When you came here, or what brought you to the U.S.?
Well, I kind of become a lost child when Mao died. I was 12. So when he died, the government come out, I think in probably 2 years, to say, we're sorry, Mao made a mistake. 10 years Cultural Revolution is a mistake. So he was not God, but he was like a God to us. And so we did not know what to believe. My generation was totally lost. And we were very sad, depressed, and luckily the university system was reinstated. So now we have new dream. Let's go to college. I was 14. That means 3 more years study, prepare for this nationalized college exam. I could go to state universities. So that become my focus, my dream. I studied non-stop for like 3 years. It's all study to test, basically. And it's still the system today. You have to pass this 3 days college national interest exam in order to be qualified to go to state universities, or they're all state universities anyway. Otherwise, you go to factories, become workers, go back to countryside, become peasants. So that was our dream. We just studied and long hours every day, tons of homework. And I wanted to go to law school because my favorite teacher in high school told me when I was 16 years old, China is ruled by man, not ruled by law. He was a fresh college graduate in the 50s. So the party said, come on, kids, give us true feedback as college students. They did. They gave true feedback. They got on blacklist. They were sent to the countryside for manual labor, re-educational camps. So his health was totally ruined. Even though later he became high school teacher, his health was so bad and he had to take sick leaves all the time. So when I visited him as class president, he told me his life story, and that just shocked me. It's like, wow, we have no protection, and we can go to educational camp just by some officials tell you to, or one person like Mao tell you to. And so I said, hey, I'm going to transform China maybe into a society ruled by law. So I studied so hard, and I picked all the good universities, and before I even knew my test results. So I got enrolled into Fudan University in Shanghai, my first choice to study law. And during 4 years law school, we become very rebellious. We still had the communist indoctrination, but we just did not care anymore. And we had to do political studies, and that's when the Western concept come in. China opened up to have economic reforms. I met this American student who showed me a pocket constitution and the Declaration of Independence, and I'm in debt to him. He showed me those words, even though my English wasn't so good, but I learned those beautiful words just like magic, beautiful music to me. All men are created equal. I mean, I have right, by my creator, not by my government. It was like it just those concepts I never heard before. Those words I never heard before. So I had to slip into his dormitory to visit him more, to talk about America. And because they live in a separate dormitory, watched by the guards. You had to register when you go see a foreign professor or foreign student. So I learned quickly, I don't want to register. I'm going to see him when the old lady goes to the bathroom. So I learned how to be rebellious and to learn more about America. And I had this just beautiful imagination of a free country where I have constitutional guaranteed rights. Said if somebody had to leave China, this is the country I would like to go. Sounds wonderful. Of course, I graduated. I still wanted to change China, but reality kicked in when I graduated. The Communist Party bosses in law school, the Communist committees are in every university department. So your dean is only academic dean, but the political side is controlled by the party. We only have one party in China, basically. So they really start to interfere with my life, my academic freedom, my personal life too. And they want to tell me, don't go to dancing parties with your students, your faculty, it's not politically correct. Don't go to your boyfriend's house to have dinner, have sleepover, because you are not married, even though I was invited by his parents. And also, so I've become so depressed, and I would be so unhappy at our weekly political study. We were pressured to all become Communist Party members. on probation. I was on probation, and they want to say if you are really good, you are loyal to the party, you had to become a party member in order to get a job in law school to teach that time. It was I graduated in 1981. So I would be totally silent or say something really negative. And during the political study meetings, they got into more troubles. So later I just said, I cannot imagine my life going to be like this forever. I have a little bit freedom spirit left. I want to go somewhere I can be left alone. So I trying to study English and stop fighting with my boss and trying to apply for universities to come to this country. And but the problem is that to get out of China, I need to get permission from my boss for me to leave. Otherwise, I cannot go to apply for a passport.
Oh.
So I had to change the strategy, start to be nice to him, smile, and basically kiss the butt and say, hey, I need to go to the United States to get my master's degree on my own money, okay, and to improve my job skills. And he finally said, okay, you can go apply for your passport. After I got enrolled by University of Texas at Austin, and he asked me to sign a contract, say you have to come home after your master's degree, or gonna kick you out of the party. Well, I didn't care about that. And but they can also send me personnel file to Chengdu, which is my home city. Chengdu to Shanghai is like Austin to New York. Okay, pretty far away. But personnel file used to be student file. Every student had a file, secret file, and the parents were not allowed to see it. I was never allowed to see what's inside. That's how they control everybody. And the personnel file follow you from one job to another until you die. And without personnel file, you cannot legally work in some cities. So if my personnel file got transferred to Chengdu, that means I can never go back to Shanghai to work. And because Shanghai is first-tier city, Chengdu is second-tier city, it's very difficult. So it's a very tiny population-controlled society. I had to sign that. So guess what? Today I'm here, outspoken, running for U.S. Senate, and the Chinese government has my personnel file in my hometown in China. That's why I tell people, hey, Americans, you only got one government to worry about. I have two to worry about. Like, what are you afraid of? You know, stand up, fight.
So what, did you have any questions? Or
Oh,
you want to say anything?
continue.
Well, you came over here, and I guess you started to notice something's wrong, and that's why you've run for Senate. I know before you were involved in opposition to Common Core, we saw some of that on the internet. Can you talk about once you got here, how you became politically active on some of these issues, and then joined the LP? And
Right. It's a long journey. That's why I always say my long journey for freedom. When I first came over, you gave me a political quiz. I was statist. I was brainwashed to believe in government every day, like they are the solution to our problems. But of course, same time, I wanted to have freedom. I said, hey, this is free country. I'll be all right. I came over when I was about 24. I had $100 in my pocket without speaking English like I do today. And also all my professors like $1,200 dead. So I started negative in this country. But I had a big dream in my heart, like, oh, if I'm smart, I work hard, I save money, invest wisely, I will make it. I will achieve my dream. And so basically, first 3 years as a graduate student was very difficult, could not understand English, did not understand what professor was saying, had to record it, borrow notes. And I met my husband, dated him, and he's a Texas boy, and he told me lots of English and the culture. And guess what? He is a libertarian.
Oh, good.
And he told me he's libertarian since he was a teenager when the Libertarian Party just started. He read Ayn Rand, all that. But I could not even understand what he was talking about because my English wasn't good enough. I also told him Libertarian Party is too small, have no power. So when my English become better, when we got married, have kids, and started business, and I had more time to get involved, to care about politics, I thought, hey, Republican Party is fiscal conservative and believe in limited government. So I joined them, even though I had lots of Democrat friends in Texas, because I went to social work school. I had lots of Democrat friends, and they were very nice people to me. And I just wasn't sure, bigger government is suitable for me because I had a tyranny, I had a humongous government. So I joined Republican. I started getting involved in the local grassroots politics. I become an HOA in my neighborhood after we bought a house. And I also become a charter school governing council board member and a chairwoman later. I went to state capitol, did an internship with a Republican state representative, and I was totally shocked how the state capitol worked. They were surrounded by special interests, by lobbyists. And I came home, told my husband, you know what, that place is like a zoo. And I said, nobody represents us, John. Nobody represents our regular taxpayers. Everybody came in, asked a handout from the government. It was very shocking to me. But still, I was learning. And later, I think I got laid off by my corporate America in year of 2000. And so I got a chance to read more books and focus on news. And so when I voted, and I voted for Bush, and I then watched them grow government. You know, they had Republican control everything. And they gave us no child left behind. They gave us military de-expansion. They gave us the Patriot Act, and I was and they built the banks. Yeah. I think that's what they did in 2008 when they built the banks. Said free market doesn't work anymore. We need to step in. Those banks are too big to fail. I was furious. I told my husband, let's join the Libertarian Party now. I'm done. I'm done with the Republican Party. I totally lost the faith in them. They no longer have credibility and limited government. So we become libertarians that year and actually voted for libertarians candidates and start to go out to some meetings. And then from 2008 to 2012, I still wasn't active because John and I got into real estate investing business after the housing bubbles. Mm-hmm. And we were so busy. We had 3 kids. And I had to go out, look at houses every day, fix them up, get renters, refinance, and deal with bankers, get a new mortgage, and nonstop for a few years. That was the best investment we ever did. That's how I can have time today, work at home, self-employed, and work on my liberty cause. And so 2012, I become district volunteer for Gary Johnson because I met him at the National Convention. And I was delegate, and I thought, oh, this kind of political stuff is fun. I get a chance to go out talk to people about my experience in China, and it was kind of an exciting cause for me. Then 2013, Colorado Democrats wanted to limit our magazines to 15. I got really scared. That was the first time I feel very scared in this country, and thought this country is going to become like China. So I went to Capitol, testify to say, why are you infringing my Second Amendment right? I, in China, never had a chance to own and touch any guns, could not have self-defense. Students were crushed during Tiananmen Square. Are we becoming like China? And but they voted party line anyway. We lost. But before the deadline, I went to the gun store, bought my first AR-15. And that's the picture you see. It's famous now on internet and sold by 1.2 million people, right?
Yes.
So that was my real AR-15. Well, I got the same message out. I was mad and I was fed up. And so I got my AR-15. And 2014, I was recruited by our chair right now, Nick Sarwark. He was vice chair in Colorado. And he said, Lily, we need you to run for House District 44, where I live. I said, no, I'm not ready. I still have an accent. He said, you're ready, Lily, you're ready. We need you to run. So I was recruited at the state convention to run for state representative. I got 6.4%. The first time I ran in a 3-way race, extremely Republican district. Whenever I go somewhere, tell people my messages, they all give me big hands. So I feel like, wow, this is very encouraging, very rewarding. Somebody actually are interested to listen to me and to see what my story is like. My life is like under China, the communist regime. So 2015, I ran for state chair, become state chair. Then this year, I become a U.S. Senate candidate in January. I had to resign as state chair. So from 1988 to 2008, I truly become free thinker libertarian. It was 20 years time. Wow. 20 Took me 20 years. I always say thank to my husband, patiently educate me because I did not know all the lies my government told me. I had to do my own research. I even did not know Mao's central planning policy caused 50 million people starving to death in China. After I come to this country, I keep telling John, you were wrong. It was 3 years natural disasters. Well, that's what my government told me. And he told me, Lily, that's not true. You got to go read some history, read some, statistics. And I mean, I don't know how many times I actually wept for my life. It's like, oh, I was a slave, but I even didn't know it. They lied to me. They lied to the Chinese today. So I said, hey, I'm going to get active. I'm going to tell people my story.
Yeah. How close do you think we are to getting that point here? I mean, I'm concerned with, the Common Core was a big issue, and now we're seeing the gun control everywhere. We have the race issues. And I see all of this, especially what's going on now in Texas and some of these shootings. This is all to divide us. All this is to divide us, and they keep coming. I think what I feel it's going to happen, whatever comes out of this Texas situation with the police officers, it's going to be the person, not the person, but the entity that benefits is going to be big government, because they're going to say we need more laws, more restrictions, we need to take more of our freedoms away. I mean, where do you feel we're at right now?
Well, I post something, actually, this early morning, got hundreds likes. I ask Americans, please don't let the race issue or any other issue divide us. Mao's China divided the citizens into 10 classes, 5 red and 5 black. At the end of that, his ruling in China, we all lost. We all lost to a tyranny. We all lost our freedoms. And that's why I do not believe that people in this country want to be divided. But then they're probably, remember, our biggest enemy is not our citizens and to ourselves. It's the ever-increased, powerful, unlimited government with their cronies. They are threatening our freedom. They are taking our property rights away. They are not let us to have any privacy anymore. We are tracked like animals. Our children are tracked like animals and have national indoctrination by central government, Department of Education. So I'm telling people, look, what is going on in this country is really reminding me what happened already before in China and what is still happening in China today. Do we want to go there? I don't want to go there. I don't want to go back to either socialist rats. I don't go back to my slave life when I could not have any gun ownership to protect myself, my families. I don't want to be subject to state education authority to track me and to dictate my teachers what to teach and how to brainwash me and all study to test and just become corporate, cheap workers and government employees. It's like we are human beings. Look at our constitution. We have those rights are guaranteed. And our people are so naive today, think, more gun control is going to save lives. No, it's not. It will not work. The biggest mass killing campaign in the world is a tyranny government. They kill millions and millions. The best way for our self-defense is to allow each person voluntarily to carry weapons to defend themselves, because cops not going to be there, FBI not going to be there. I don't trust them to be there on time to save my life. And of course, the race issue, be aware, we all are Americans. I don't see your color when I talk to you. And people even ask me, Lily, do you feel discriminated as Chinese? You know what? I never noticed, because I'm not sensitive. I'm not victim. If somebody treat me bad, I just fight back. I just act like a regular American who go, defend myself. But otherwise, I'm very nice, and everybody is my fellow citizen. This is an immigration country, and everybody come here for American dream, for freedom. That's our common ground we can be united on. And it doesn't matter, where your ancestors come from. Doesn't matter what skin color you have. If we have a good, small, limited government system, if we have free market and get the government out of the economy, we all have a shot. we have a plain level field. We're going to start our own business. We're going to get a good job or start our nonprofit, do whatever you want to achieve your dream. But right now, I'm so worried. I say that, please, don't be like Chinese, divided by government classes. Then we kill each ourselves and we fight among ourselves. At the same time, guess who wins? 1% of the political ruling class elites with their special corporate cronies, they won. And they're going to come down hard on us. And they're going to demonize everybody. They're going to take our gun rights away. And let's think. Let's be relaxed. We're all Americans. Let's sit down and talk at a table like adults to say, I think there are some problems with, the cops and brutality, but also there are problems with minority communities. And, let's focus on the issues instead of just attacking each other for political gains and promote their own agendas. That's why I've been outspoken really against this kind of racial divide. I'm a uniter, not divider. And I wanted people actually to think about what could be serious consequences if we all just become this violent. What killing innocent people? Either cops kill innocent people, or people, the people like in Dallas killing innocent cops. It's not the way we want to go. Come on, it's like Americans, we can be better than that.
No, you're right. You're right.
You're very right.
A person with an experience is never at a mercy. A person with theory. I think I got that quote right. But you definitely have the experience, and when you're talking to these people and they have these theories about how great socialism and big government is, and you tell them that you have the experience, are some of these people waking up? I mean, are they listening to you because you've actually been there, done that?
Well, I think that's why to go around talk to young people is a very, very good cause for me. I did go to even a Bernie Sanders supporter radio show, and we talk about common ground on lots of issues. And then they asked me, "What is our difference, Lily? We really like you." I said, "Our difference is your economical policy really sucks. You I lived through socialism. And you think you sounds good to get free stuff from government, and for government to go out tax other people, and those money are not free. There's no such thing as free lunch. And if we give government more power, say they identify problems correctly, but their solutions are wrong. They want more government, more taxes, more wealth redistribution. They think the world will become a better place. Then justice will be served. I said no. The best thing to serve justice is get the government very small and limited. Everybody has an equal start. Like the playing field is fair and justice for all people who want to get ahead. I mean, let's say if government make it so difficult for you to start your business, but at the same time lure you into free college, free food, free housing, you become government slaves. If they give you everything like what the Communist Party gave us, even though it's a rotten quality, but if they gave you everything, you are dependent on them, you are their slaves. I would rather to make everything on my own, with my own work, my own intelligence, my own hands, instead of relying on government though, because they can take that away overnight too. Yeah. So that's not where we want to go. When I actually talk to students at the University of Puerto Rico, which is the Bernie campus, I show my old China pictures and talk about my journey for freedom. They were very quiet. They were actually very, very mesmerized by my pictures, my stories. At the end, I even told them, stand up, live like a man, not live on your leaves. And they did not protest. And I told them, hey, I made American dream. I came here without speaking English, older than you guys now. And only $100 even borrowed from my friends, and lots of money in debt. I said, I'm living American dream today. What are you afraid of? Go out, make something on your own instead of relying on government to give you, free crap.
So how's the campaign going?
Campaign doing great. In Colorado, we really have a shot. I need people go to my website to share my posts, my videos, lilyforliberty.com. And I have good news. The Library of Congress, 2 days ago, emailed me, said that for the 2016 election, that they collected my website. They're going to be, my website is selected to be kept by Library of Congress for years and for
Oh,
years.
wow.
Wow, that's like a,
That's
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
they didn't mention that the third party 2016 election, my website is just representing this movement, and therefore my website was unique and very, very powerful. So that was great. And I have lots of volunteers. We need more money. I'm asking everybody to hear my story. Please contribute generously. This is a powerful campaign. If you send me to Washington, our first communism survivor from communist China, guess what kind of message is that to the whole world, to the people who love freedom, right?
Right.
I'm not just running for Colorado anymore. I'm running for all the people who love liberty in the world, and to send a strong message to people still believe socialism and communism. I'm totally for free market. I'm totally for individual liberty and justice. And I tell people, trust me, we don't have to agree everything and on all the issues, but trust me, I will never lie to you. I will always tell you the truth because I don't care about the power or money. I only care about one word. It's freedom, because I never had any. If you trust me on that, when I go to Washington, think what I will be doing. I'll be just like a Justin Amish, Massey, Congressman Massey, to explain my vote, to expose the corruption in Washington, to expose the crony capitalism, and I will never sell out. I put two terms on myself, which is 12 years in Washington. That's plenty. If 6 years will be good enough, if I just go there do my job, and because I will not sell out, so don't count on me, and to go to talk to lobbyists and make special deals and or get on powerful committee positions. I will caucus with whoever I want on issues, maybe Freedom Caucus. So we have a chance here. Republicans say they're conservatives, they're for limited government. They never stick to Constitution.
No.
I'm sick of their lies. At least Democrats are being true to themselves. But the Republicans always making up excuses for them to get elected. Then they go to Squadouche when they go to Washington. Look, they control Congress since 2010. Then they took over Senate. What have they done? They gave everything Obama wanted.
Yeah.
I wonder. It's like, what do they have on them? Those people are blackmailed or something. They have no balls. I mean, I shouldn't say that on the interview, but they have no courage to fight back.
No.
And so I said it's really time for a constitutional libertarian, a communism survivor, to go to Washington, shake up, and to stop this mad government train, and to really to protect our freedom and liberties. It's easy if you stick to your principle. Big government, the answer is no. More freedom, those bills coming, more freedom, protect property rights, the answer is yes. And intruding our Fourth Amendment, our privacy, no. If you have principle, it's easy. You don't need all those bureaucrats writing bills for you. And
Right.
get your principles right. And also cooperate, if Washington is less powerful, if Democrats and Bernie supporters really hate, like a corporate warfare, guess what? The root problem is not companies. The root problem is Washington is so powerful, so big, and they have the power to use our taxpayers' money to give their cronies, give them special interests. That's why if you just limit the politicians' power, the lobbyists have no incentive to go there to lobby, right?
Right.
I mean, it's like, so we agree on the problems, except the solutions are different. So I'm hoping more Democrats will see that way. If you love peace, if you want to end unnecessary wars, if you want your privacy, you want your civil liberties, vote Libertarian, come to join us. We are the true party of principle, and we cannot sell out. We want to end corporate welfare.
Amen. Amen. Well, everybody that's watching, even if you're not in Colorado, like Lily says, she's going to be representing, taking the message to Liberty of Washington for all of us. So go to her website, donate, and you're going to be helping that cause, spread the message to Liberty. Auntie, do you have anything while we wrap up here that you'd like to say or ask?
Just basically keep up the good fight.
Thank you. And also, if you're on Twitter, on Facebook, my name brand is Lily for Liberty. Facebook page, Lily for Liberty is LILY number 4 Liberty, and has over 12,000 likes now. We need to take that to 1 million. And I also have a Twitter account, Lily and Lily for Liberty, and share my posts, share my stories. That's why I'm running, and I really want people to know where I come from. And sometimes it takes the immigrant from third country to realize which direction this country is going. So if you want me to speak and get more press interviews, and let me know. And also, in order to get into general debate and statewide TV debate against Michael Bennett and other candidates, I need you guys to help me write to the polling company to say, we want Lily to be in the polls. She'll be a great debater, and she will give people viable third option. And so I will post that on my Facebook and all the time, ask people to help me to hammer those polling companies. This is exciting libertarian year. Don't keep us out anymore, because two-party monopoly is killing this country. We need to have third choice, a real actually second choice, because the other two are the one party.
They're the same, exactly.
They're the same, exactly.
Exactly.
You're right.
You're right. I think this is the year to get the message out. We were working the booth at the fair also, like Ron is tonight. And so many people would stop by and just say, yeah, we need other options. And they were open to the message. And we had a booth there last year, and they weren't so open. But this year they're very open to, yeah, why isn't there a third party? Why don't we have more choices? So, Lily, you need to be in there. And all our viewers need to go to your website, learn more about you, donate, help the cause out. And we appreciate you. I mean, we're here in Indiana. You're in Colorado. And we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. We know with campaigning, and you've got your businesses and family and everything. So thank you very much for joining us here on the Liberty Show.
Thank you.